So hello and welcome back to the EVE Variety Challenge. This is my first attempt at the Hazardous Warp Matrix Filament site, which is the Tier 2 combat site in the current Doctor Who themed event. So a few days ago I ran the first Precarious Filament, which is the Tier 1 combat site, which I ran in a Caracal. And after running that first instance I decided to make some changes to my fit based on what I saw there. I switched from rapid light missiles to heavy assaults so that I could get through the boss's HP faster. And since all of the enemies in that site were close range, I figured heavy assaults would work well. I also removed the paint in favour of a shield extender, but it is still a very cheap fit here. It's still only 30 milli ISK. And those turned out to be bad choices. Like exactly the wrong thing to do probably. This is a failed run. So there will be a successful run in the second part of the video, but yeah, this run ends in an explosion. That's mainly because the hazardous site has turrets, and the game indeed has given me an objective here to destroy the turrets, or at least one of them. So I started out looking around the room. Obviously I see the turrets, and I decide that I should send my drones after one turret while I burn over to the other one. However, the other one is 90 kilometers away. I'm luckily just in range to send my drones to the first turret at 50 kilometers, but I still have 90 to burn to the other turret, and you know this is an afterburner fit, so it's not going to be fast. And right away, as soon as the enemies start doing damage, it's very clear that I do not have enough tank here. Like, I am already down 25%, and I will very soon be down 50%. So I immediately realised I was in serious trouble here, and of course it's only going to get worse. As I burn toward this distant turret, I'm going to be a really easy target for the saucer. I mean, my tank is barely holding here and the saucer hasn't even started firing yet, so that's how much trouble I was in. Also, I sent my drones over to the other turret, and the drones are destroyed by the Daleks before they even reach it. Which I didn't actually notice when I ran the site for the first time. So I actually recorded my reaction to running this site as I was playing it. But my reaction to running the site didn't tell you very much about what was happening here. It was mostly me going, hello and welcome to running, oh shit, this is not going, oh no, nope, this is bad. And then trying to pilot my way out of it, but not saying very much. So I ended up re-recording an explanation of what's going on here. So I'm starting to lock up and shoot the Daleks, but unfortunately my drones didn't kill the other turret and I still have a long way to go, and I'm webbed as well now. So I've flown right into the boss in the middle and now I'm in serious trouble. I do go and grab whatever drugs are in my redeem queue to try and give myself a little bit more tank, but yeah, I'm already out of armor, so it's obviously not going to work. Killing the smaller Daleks here did significantly reduce the pressure on my tank, and luckily this fit has a damage control, so I do have some time, even though my ship is slowly dying, it is at least dying slowly. But also another thing I didn't notice when I was playing the site for the first time, the boss is throwing guided bombs at me, newt bombs. So my capacitor is going to be in trouble as well in a minute. This is not a cap-stable fit. The idea is that it shouldn't need to tank the whole time, and since my tank is not sufficient, I basically needed to tank the whole time, and that's not what the fit is able to do. So I've destroyed one turret, and I've now noticed that the other turret is still up, so I have to burn all the way back another 120 kilometers if I want to kill that turret. And at this point, it's already over, like I'm webbed again, and there's more enemies spawned in. I wonder, given how long it took me to die here, I wonder if it would have been possible to survive if I had focused on shooting the saucer. Like, with one turret down, and while I'm close to the saucer, while it's not applying the damage to me, my tank isn't enough, but I am close to holding here. Unfortunately, I didn't have enough heat left to be able to heat my shield repairer and my multispectral again. If I had, my tank might just about have been holding at this point. But now, of course, I'm burning away from the battle cruiser again, making myself a target, and probably coming into range of the far turret as well at this point. But more importantly, one of the guided bombs hits me right about now. Or it's getting close to hitting anyway. Down to the very last sliver of hull here, and then I turn back and the guided bomb hits me and I lose all of my capacitor. And yeah, with no tank left, I am dead.
Capacitor is empty.
So the successful run follows this one. The successful run I recorded commentary for while I was running it, so that will be live commentary. My apologies if there's a bit of background noise on that one. Yeah, luckily I got my pod out though, so the pod was only worth about 10 million as well. Actually, probably the filament was worth as much as the ship, now I think about it. So really it's the loss of the filament that bothered me more than the ship, since, you know, it's a Caracal, they're easily replaced. But for the second run, I decided to try something completely different. Alright, time for attempt number 2. So, this is a totally different setup from the first attempt. So, now I'm running a stabber. This is a 150mm fit rather than the 30mm Caracal that I took in first time. I have more drones. I actually have drugs in the cargo now in case I need even more tank, but even without the drugs it's double the tank of the previous setup. I need to load up the ammo. I think I want barrage hitting the turrets in the distance initially. See, the ship is faster, it has a smaller sig radius. The only thing I'm worried about is damage application, but against the small Daleks, but we will see. Level 2 combat filament. Hopefully this goes better than last time. Alright. We actually have to burn toward a turret this time. The other thing I'm going to look at is getting a speed buff. Let's make sure we get a speed buff this time. Don't know how important that's going to be, but let's make sure we get it. The damage application is not as good, but it's okay. Providing I can kill the small Daleks fast enough, and this certainly looks fast enough. I also have NOSes on this bit as well, so that might help with help against the neuting. Okay, so we have the buff. Now let's fly at... Actually, we're already almost in range of one of these things, so let's fly the turret. Deal with the turret if we can. Alright, now for the other turret. Oh shit, I've got to be careful about running into the edge as well. Just forgot about that. Some more Daleks spawning, but... I mean, this seems better so far. I think the problem I had last time was I had that shield extender and and was just burning slowly toward distant targets, so the saucer was able to apply really good damage to me the whole time. This, on the other hand, is really casual. And this buff actually... These buffs and debuffs are a big deal actually in here. I need to be worried about them. In fact, I should burn over to another one of these buffs. Wait, what? I'm not shooting at. I'm shooting at the saucer. I meant to shoot at the turret. There we go. Then I want to burn back for another buff, just in case. There's only 2 towers this time. There were 3 towers last time, I thought. Interesting. Maybe I got an unlucky spawn last time. Anyway, this is super comfortable. The damage application is good enough. I don't need the drugs. And actually the buff is probably what's helping me the most. I'm just not spending anywhere near as much time burning towards the turrets. I can get to them much faster. I think doing so many of the data sites, I got used to ignoring these because they're not necessary in the data sites. They just make it harder to navigate. But in this site, like that speed boost really gives me freedom of movement, which I need in here. Maybe the Caracal flip would work with the buffs, actually. I need to get closer. Here we go, might as well use the NOS. I wonder if I need 2 NOSes, because I would like the drone link augmenter to have the option to throw drones around, but dealing with turrets as well. Let's... We're able to get... The NOSes work against both the NOSes work on the saucer, they don't work consistently against the Daleks. I'm guessing they exhaust the energy pool of the Daleks very quickly. We're stable right now. Yeah, the tank is holding easily. In fact, I'm stable even with the prop mod down, providing I'm close to the saucer. Although the saucer is trying to pull range on me. I should give it a cycle of prop here. Yeah, I went out of NOS range there. The saucer is fairly fast. Oh, he's webbing as well. Right. What's my... Fall of 20? Yeah, so I need to have the prop mod on and burn in to get good damage here. Turning the prop off was a mistake. I thought I would be out-tracking myself, but the saucer is webbing me, so it's counteracting the prop anyway, in effect. And it is fairly fast, so I need the speed to stay in good contact. And yeah, the NOS is working off of the saucer, so that definitely helps with my cap stability. I'm cap stable when the Daleks aren't neuting me, but when they're neuting me, I won't be stable. So the NOS to enable me to get a bit ahead and build up a bit of a buffer is definitely useful here. But we're winning this time. The fit is, of course, much more expensive. Like half the cost of the fit now is the action shield booster. But it is a much more comfortable ride. He's throwing bombs at me. Interesting. Guided bomb. Can I dodge those? What do they do? It's a newt bomb. Damn, okay, those are substantial. Interesting. I've only recently trained into a bomber on my PvP main character, and so I don't know much about how bombs work or what they do. I am over-tanking, and I should not be over-tanking given that this thing can both newt and has those newt bombs. But my cap should come back up very easily with the shield boost down. This is kind of slow, but it's not too bad. Oh, edge of the arena. How close are we getting? This is going to be like fighting a Charybdis at the edge of the abyss. I've got to be careful I don't fly into the boundary, because I don't know what the boundary does. Let's turn this way. I don't want to fly perpendicular, I want to fly parallel to the boundary, and I need to start tanking again. Oh, it resets to the center. I hope it doesn't reset his HP. Let's actually burn at a speed boost. Oh, and he's launched a volley of bombs at me. They're guided bombs. Are they going to follow me? I don't know, it seems like not. Interesting. How long have I got? 22 minutes. There haven't been any Dalek spawns for a while. I don't know if going for this buff is necessary. I should reload. I can stop tanking and let my capacitor recover. Daleks. Switch over to barrage and try and pick these off at range. Might have been too slow. Yeah. Bad idea. Burning for the buff may therefore have been a good idea. Switch back to Hail. It didn't reset the boss's HP, so we're okay. Letting him reach the edge wasn't the end of the world. I gotta be careful I don't get slung into a debuff. We can start nosing again. And DPS back on the boss. The boss is actually moving really fast, 900. We're moving 900 too, but the web is back on. So when the buff goes down, the boss might be able to pull range here. Do I need a scram? Maybe the boss is micro-warp driving. I mean, it seems like we're okay, but I'm interested in what happens in the next tier as well, of course. More guided bombs coming in, so let's cycle down, close in. Ah, the bombs went away when the boss died. Alright. Well, that worked. It was a little messy, but that time it worked. Okay, so we have a way of doing the tier 2s. I don't know how tier 3 is going to go. There's still some experimentation to do, I think. Using the buffs to get out to the turrets is the main improvement I made there, I think. And of course bringing in a fit that wasn't dirt cheap. Bringing in a fit with enough tank clearly helps the situation a lot. Switch back to barrage, ready for the next one. But I'm slightly worried by how fast the boss can move around. It's a little bit like the Abyss, where there's like a minimum speed to be viable in here. So I may change the fit further. I'll have to think about it some more. Anyway, this time we beat it. Round 2 was better. That's one of the nice things about doing different content in Eve. Like sometimes you gotta experiment and iterate a bit. Alright, and we are back out. Alright, see you next time.